purpose behind this Wednesdays for Waste Warriors. This is an initiative from My Waste, My Responsibility and IT Skills School, where we believe that waste management is the biggest and greatest climate action that any individual can take without waiting for others or the corporation or the government or anyone to chip in. You can start waste management at your own level, individual level, society level, RWA level. So that's what we promote and encourage everyone to start doing little by little on a daily basis, and that's how we can fulfill our dream to have a litter-free India. That's the main purpose behind this. And in our group, My Waste, My Responsibility, we have members from more than 25 cities in India, and they are all doing great in their field of work, and more or less it's all related to waste management. So some are composting, some are creating solutions, some are making bioenzymes, some are creating awareness, some are leading their societies to zero waste society. So there are various people doing various things, and we thought that we should highlight their efforts and bring them all on this platform and have a live conversation with them, so that people who are watching can also interact with their questions. So we have people from Coimbatore to Kashmir to Northeast, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Delhi, most of the areas are covered. And we are inviting and welcoming most of the people who would like to be part of this. So we're waiting for our guests to join. Until then, you can just share where you're from and how are you doing your bit in waste management. And I'm in Pune. I am Anuja, and I'm the founder of My Waste, My Responsibility, as well as IT Skills School. And IT Skills School is an initiative to join the dots, bridge the gaps between the skills, financial independence, and the 21st century that's going to bring water scarcity, air pollution, climate change. And how can the youth, women who are the most vulnerable, be learning these skill sets and preparing themselves to combat this better. So welcome everyone who's joined, and we are still waiting for our guest to join. Let me remind him. So he's a professor, like I mentioned, and innovative professor. So he has 3 products that he's created, and he has patents for that. He has done demos, and since he's a professor, he's also targeting the students' population. So he'll be telling us more about it. We are eagerly waiting for him to join, so we can start our the question answers journey. And today, since he was to go back home after the college, it's a working day, that's how we decided to have it a little later. That gives him enough time to reach, because evening traffic can be really bad. So thank you all for joining. Let me just okay. Okay, great. So, today I also had the chance to meet the Guardian Minister of Pune, Chandrakant Dada Patil, and I have been following up with him for waste management in our area. So I had gone for that meeting, and I just 15 minutes back I came back. So there there are efforts to you know make waste management a priority, but somehow all these efforts that are being done, projects that are being undertaken, are not showing us any outcome, or maybe the efforts are too little and the problem is too big, too grave, too deep rooted. And most of the times we find that the problem is due to the behavior pattern of people, due to the convenience of the people, due to the comfort zone that people do not wish to leave. Now, it is not the old times when the population was less, the resources were scanty, there was hardly anything in plastic, everything was either in wrapped in newspaper or in steel boxes, steel cans. But for the last 30 years, that scenario has changed. So we need to be sustainable and follow the sustainable development goals. When we speak about sustainable development goals, which are 17, most often people just stare and, as if they are confused. What is SDG? As in, you need to really tell them what is the full form of SDG. So that's a sad situation when India has committed to fulfill the SDG, and 2030 is the time limit, and it's already 23. So we have 7 years to fulfill all these goals, but nothing much is happening. So that's an alarming situation, that we are starting from ABC to teach people what is sustainable development goals. The guest is trying to join. Let me just help a little bit. Okay, so he has joined. Just a few more seconds. So you can see the comment box, and in those 3 dots, if you click, you can see request to join live video. So Mandar, you have to click on those 3 dots, if you can hear me. Okay. Can you hear me, Mandar? Click on the three dots and ask to join live video. Hello? Hello? Okay. Yes. Okay. I can see you now. Are you
Hi.
able to hear? Yes. Hi, Mandar.
I'm. Hi.
Great.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. Actually, I was not able to join from my laptop. I don't know why. Like
No,
it
no,
was
no, no.
coming.
You cannot join from laptop. You can only join from your phone.
Oh, is that okay? I made all the preparations to join from my laptop. So I made a screen. You can see it at the back.
No, no problem. We can see the screen of your cycles or of your products. So
Yes.
welcome, and
Great.
everyone who's watching, welcome to Mandar. People have been waiting for you, Mandar.
Thank
And
you so much.
and it is important because without wasting any time, we'll quickly start because people this session is also going live on YouTube, so they've
Oh,
been.
great.
So why don't we quickly start with introduction? Why don't you tell us about
Yes.
yourself? Please go ahead.
Uh, yeah. So this is Mandar Patel, and by profession I'm an engineer, and I have completed my honors. I've taken my honors degree from UK, and I've completed my masters in heat power. And over the last maybe around 6-7 years, I'm working into academics in an engineering college. And prior to that, I was associated with companies like Jet Airways and also a machine building industry called as ASB International. So this is my quick profile. And throughout the years, though I am into the teaching field, I'm very much associated with engineering and manufacturing. So apart from my teaching field, I always used to do some or the other manufacturing in my workshop. Either I used to be associated with my friends, or I used to be now actually many of the projects I'm trying to do it alone, and now people are joining me. So that's a brief about my profile.
Good, good. So you are an innovator and creator, and we really appreciate that because we want people to give us solutions. So, what is the solution that you're offering?
So great. So basically, like from my early childhood only, I have this. I'm always passionate for this environment, and wherever I wherever I stay, I make sure that there are ample of trees around. And I always like to have this village kind of feeling.
Yeah.
So I'm very much deep, very deep associated with this environment.
Very
And I love to like be sit down next to the tree, read something. Whenever I used to go to my village, I always used to carry a book, and then I used to sit quietly over there, and that was a piece I used to enjoy. And with that intention in mind, I always used to think that okay, with my engineering background, I need to do something which can be which can protect and save this environment.
Yeah.
Now, basically, whatever you're seeing in my background, so all these products have come in during my academic experience.
Right.
Because what used to happen, that when I shifted to academics, I used to live on a hilltop. My college was, surrounded with lush green trees, and, there is a forest which is just next to our college. And I used to love this environment. But when I was staying in the hostel, I used to see this, this parking. They were flooded with bikes because I knew that students never had any option
Yeah.
because staying on the hilltop, and if you want to go to the city or if you want to go to the market, even the market, then also you don't have any option because when I shifted over here in 2013, so that time there was no bus facility as well, which was
Yeah.
for even a bus stop you have to walk around 1.5 kilometer, and that too you have to go down because we are
Yeah.
on a hill.
Yeah.
So I always used to think about the student, like, because see, now everyone cannot afford a bike, and neither the students coming after 12th standard, they did not had any license or something, to buy a bike.
Yeah.
So it was very painful for them. So that was the time that I thought that okay, let's do something for them and let's try to, push them back to cycling. And
Yeah.
that is how I started, doing something in cycling. So when I used to think that okay, what are the challenges that they might face? So first of all, they did not had any parking space for their cycles in the hostel. This is what for sure I have seen because I have seen bikes, you know, the parking was so flooded that bikes used to be parked outside. So where you can park the cycle. So I had to give students something which they can carry to their room and they can put into their room with a very small space, or even they can slide it under their bed. So that is what I
Bed.
was trying to work on. Yeah. So that is how this bicycle, folding bicycle design came into my mind. Though
That's good.
these kind of bicycles are already, I researched when I found that these kind of bicycles are already there in the market. But the problem is that they are not suitable for our road conditions. Our road conditions are a bit different. We do not have the same height of bumps everywhere. Okay, sometimes you will get a small bump, sometimes you will get very big bump. So these speed breakers are so much varying in our Indian road condition that you may have to design products as per our road condition. So that is why I invested my time, and I designed a bicycle which can we have tested it also uh, for our road condition. So that is how this bike. So you can see my bicycle. So this is the folding bicycle, and I have got a government patent for that now, and I'm selling it. I have sold it to more than now 50 customers, and we have already completed our initial customer trials. And now, like more or less, okay, initially I had a few issues, but now more or less everything has got stabilized. And now people have started, a lot of people are approaching me for the bicycle. So that is how my first product came. And I really want to, like, push students back into cycling. That was my motive to save and protect this environment.
That's really a good objective. And when did you start selling your like first product?
Uh,
And what's been the response so far?
Actually, in uh, 21st, 2021, I applied for a patent, and that was in March 2021. So that year was Corona. So that time I applied for the patent, and I got my patent approved, granted. I mean to say granted. Was in last year, somewhere around April 22. So from that day, I started selling because I already had orders. I had pre-orders, pre-booked orders. So I was just waiting for the patent to come. So once the patent came, from that day itself, 22nd of March, from that day itself, I started selling the bicycles. And up till now, actually, I have not done much of marketing as such. So, because initially I wanted some customer trials and some feedback regarding them. So now I have almost done all those things, and now I'm trying to one partner has also joined me, and now we are trying to do it in a very large scale, a very big scale, where students, where I can approach the students. Now we have done a MOU also with the college in Mumbai.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so they are going to work with us, and they are going to help us basically to take this ahead.
Very good. Congratulations. That's very good.
Yes,
So it took
thank you.
1 year for you to get the patent granted. That was a long wait.
No. Actually, this basically my patent was granted in a very short time. Basically, the patent grant, it generally takes around 5 to 6 years. But since yeah, so that is the time that it generally takes. But since I had applied through Startup India, I got a grant for my patent, as well as I had given them in writing that this
నాన్నకి చెప్పాల్సిన నాన్న వచ్చేవరకు లేట్ అవుతుంది.
FER, that is called as first examination report, where they put queries so that
Your voice is breaking a little, Manda.
yeah, now you are audible. Actually, you were not audible.
मेरा म्यूट पे रखा हुआ था because the dog was barking. लेकिन आपकी आवाज थोड़ी ब्रेक हो रही थी. So now it's okay. So tell us कि आपने जब ये बनाना शुरू करा और जब ये प्रोडक्ट बना, उसके बीच की क्या जर्नी थी? What were the struggles that you went through?
Oh, actually, there was a lot of struggle. See, basically, this idea did not come into my mind. It came eventually. Before this, I have made a bicycle which was running on compressed air. So you have a tank. In that, you put compressed air. So you don't require anything. You just put compressed air in the bicycle, and it will run like a bike. Okay. So I still have that, but the thing was that it had a lot of hurdles to go into the market, because compressed air is not allowed. You cannot.
It's not, yeah. Yeah.
So initially I wanted to make something for the students where fossil fuel vehicles can go, and they can be replaced by something like such things like compressor, because they are
Clean.
100% clean energy. And you don't have any pollution, nothing. Clean, free, and very cheap. Okay, how much do you pay to fill your tire pressure? It's like 5 rupees. So very cheap. Huh. So, but since this did not go through, so I started concentrating on something which can, be more, which can be more put into the market very easily. So that was a thing that I thought of, that okay, let's try something like this, where I can make a portable bike which can, which the students can take with themselves or keep into their rooms. Many times what happened, the student go home. The college is never full here. In between, you also have breaks, like the exam break is there. So if you have a very big bicycle, that time it is not possible for you to take it in a car, or or your train, or but such kind of bicycle you can easily take. I myself, in fact, move around with the bicycle. You can easily take it. So initially, what I started with, first, basically cutting one scrap bicycle, then putting it together, then trying to making it run, and then trying to uh, just see what are the vibrations that are coming, how it can get suitable to our road condition, and then slowly, I started to do this, and then in between, actually, Corona came. So the biggest advantage for me during the Corona period was that I had already made my design, and I have finished the testing of the designs actually in the software. So that Corona period gave me time to focus to a lot of things, like you have to prove your novelty. So that was the perfect time, because you had online lectures, and after that you are US free.
Yes. So it was a blessing in disguise.
Yeah. So it was a blessing in disguise. And once Corona went, I had got my patent. So I was ready for manufacturing.
That's very good.
So initially, there were many things, because I was also very new to this field. I did not know from where to get the material, how to get the material, which material to use, what are the specifications, what are the BIS standards, which is there any authority for approving such kind of bicycles. But slowly, once I started researching, I got all the documentation, I got the BS standardization, everything was done, and now more or less it has been made streamlined. So now actually yeah. So now basically me present in the workshop or me absent in the workshop, it doesn't matter. So we have managed to do a lot of, we have managed to put a lot of jigs and fixtures. So more or less,
that's good.
It has been very much streamlined. Yeah.
And what, like you are a professor, so what is the response from your students?
Yeah, students actually, actually there are some obligations in our college, so I cannot openly tell them. Since I'm working also over there, so but many of the students are there, are linked with me on Insta, and they follow me a lot. But I'm not. As I told you, I have not started marketing yet, in a full-fledged marketing. Okay, we have, so we are planning to do a full-fledged marketing. So that is what I'm now trying to make a team, and then basically we have also done a MOU with the college in Mumbai. So students have tested my bicycle. Initially, I had run what do you say, a Google form, feedback form. had given this bicycle to students. Three bicycles had given to students, and they have, basically ride them to distances. And I have I had got more than around 750 responses to that form.
Wow, that's a
Uh,
lot.
yeah.
That's good. That's good. So I'm sure that had helped you in tweaking and modifying and
Yes, yes, yes.
all the corrections and customizations. Great.
Yes,
That's good.
yes,
So
yes.
apart from this cycle, I also know that you have something else, which is a very exercise come, domestic chore kind of a product. Why don't you tell us
Yes,
about that?
yes. So basically, the second problem that generally students face, because I was also staying in the hostel for I was staying in the hostel for around 2.5 years. Uh, so I had also faced the same problem. So one of the problems that generally students face is washing of clothes. And now in wherever I'm working right now, so over there is a capacity, hostel capacity is more than 6,000 students. Okay, and none of the hostels have any facility to wash clothes. Yeah. So generally, either they are doing it by hand, or they are, putting it in the laundry. So, so this was the second problem that I tried to see, and with that problem in mind, because once I was selling this bicycle, that time you know, it triggered me that students are not very much used to bicycling or cycling nowadays, because from the early age they get bikes and everything. So it was in my mind that how can I bring them to cycling back. So there was only one option, that putting cycling in regular activity. So one of the activity which every student do. Now I have taken a survey of around 1,200 plus students. So out of that, 92% students generally do regular washing of clothes, and
Okay.
measure, and all of them wash clothes by hand in their bath.
Okay.
So I wanted to make something for them. So this is what I have made for them.
Yes, people, can you see this picture where there is a washing machine, washing system attached, and
So
there is
this
a
is,
cycle,
yeah. So
and
there
you
is
can
a
pedal
cycle.
the wash.
Yes. So there is a cycle and there is a tank which is attached behind. And so in this tank, you can put clothes, and once you pedal, so the clothes, once you put the washing powder, so once you pedal, the clothes rotate, and because of the washing powder, they get clean.
Okay. And then how you have to manually put water in it? What about
Now
spraying
this,
it?
yeah. So basically, whatever features are there in a washing machine, all features are available in this pedal power washing machine. So it has an inlet where the inlet pipe can directly be clamped with your tap, and once you open the tap, water directly enters into the tank. Now it also has a level indicator, that is, once one specified level is reached of water is reached in the tank, it automatically shuts off. So you don't have to go and close the tap. It will automatically, the water will shut off. Now the best part in this washing machine is generally whenever when I was taking this survey, na, so that time I was also asking students that how many buckets of water do you use for 4 clothes. So generally, it was around 4 to 5 buckets of water. Now 4 to 5 buckets of water means 100 liters of water. One bucket consists of 20 liters. So
Yeah.
generally this happens that yes. So generally this happens that
Extra water. Extra water.
in one hostel if there are 100 students and out of that only 50 students are washing clothes daily, and if 50 students are using 5 buckets of water, so you can imagine 50 into 100, so that is 5,000 liters of water. And
Yeah.
this water we can reduce into half, like we can make it 2,000 or maybe 2,500.
2,500.
So that much of water is enough for washing clothes, because whatever clothes that we wear, they do not get dirty. No, we are not living in a very polluted environment, or they do not get blackened or something. So this much water, and I have proved this. After doing, we have taken some trials on this. We have put clothes with grease, clothes with tea, clothes with sauce. Okay, in this tank, and in that same amount of water they get washed. You don't have to. So
Okay.
is going to save a lot of water, because I am not talking in terms of one or two. I am talking in terms of thousands.
Your voice is breaking.
Yeah. Now is it clear?
Say something.
Yeah. So I'm not
Yes.
talking about one or yeah. So I'm talking about 1,000 liters of water every day. 1,000 liters of water every day can be saved, because currently
Yes.
we are in a huge water crisis. Even on the 6th of June, there was a big headlines in the Hindustan Times that water crisis is going to soon come. So whatever, and Niti Ayog is also trying to find out ways that where we can save water, whichever way it can be, where we can save. So the best
Yes.
part is this. Second, very very important part is, out of the 1,200 plus students that we took survey, out of that around 9.6% of which is because either the gym is not available, or they have no time. So if the same amount of time which you are using for washing clothes, same amount of time you can use it for cycling, and that is going to be exercise for you. So that's the added advantage.
Yes. So you have a exercise every day advantage, plus you're
Yes.
saving on water,
Yes.
and then you're reducing air pollution by cycling.
Yes.
So you're making solutions for air pollution, for water conservation, and for healthy population.
Yes. Yes.
So
That
great.
is what.
Awesome. So do you have a third product in the
Yes.
pipeline?
Yes, I do have a third product as well. You can see this.
Yes.
So basically, this is a tandem folding bicycle. So two of them can ride together.
Yeah.
So this is our third product.
Yeah.
So basically, my intention is that either you have to put cycling into routine and non-routine activities. So routine activity can be washing of clothes. Non-routine activities can be recreational activity like riding together. So such
Yeah.
kind of things are not available in any of the hostels or
True.
yeah. So my
So
intention is somehow to bring students back to cycling. That is what.
very good. I really like it because when we, as warrior moms, we are always talking about, roads are for cycling, roads are for public transport, roads are for people, roads are not for private vehicles and cars. So, and we are also talking about last mile connectivity because
Yes.
if you use, like, let's say a public transport, then you get down at the bus stop, but from bus stop until your home or until your office, there can be a long walk because buses, we have very few buses. So how do you solve that last mile connectivity? Everyone has to get into an auto and then go, and auto again, they're not available, they don't want to go on that route. There can be so many challenges. So this is good that you get down with your folding bicycle, open it, ride it, go park it, you know it's
Yes.
like you are the uh, you are the solution provider for your own self,
Yes.
and then you don't have any excuses कि मैं ऐसा क्यों नहीं कर रहा हूँ और ऐसा क्यों नहीं कर रही हूँ. So ये बहुत अच्छा है, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा ये. Now the biggest challenge that I see is कि रोड जो इतने खराब हैं, hardly there is any good pavement available, सब कुछ dig करके रखा हुआ है. So what do you see कि ये हम जगह कहाँ से बनाएं? We have to have this kind of a voice asking for good roads or decent roads for people who are cycling, because safe
Yes.
cycling is also important. So are you doing something about it? Demanding safe
Uh,
cycling?
Actually, government, government has is doing so many initiatives. So many initiatives they are taking for all these things. They have a lot of initiatives like cycle to work challenge, cycle to office challenge, cycle to college challenge, and these initiatives are being taken by the government of India. In fact, a few days back, like on Sunday also, the G20, the summit which is going on. So we had a cycle rally in PMC. Okay. So government has got too much. They have started.
That that's excellent. Yes, yes. Even we as warrior moms would like to do something, because sustainable mobility, clean mobility is important. That's what we want to do. So we will do something. Now tell me, what do you think? What is the way forward? What is the plan? Next plan. Yes, marketing is important, and we do need marketing. Your voice is breaking, Gamanda. आपकी आवाज ब्रेक हो रही है. can hear you. Tell me. Your hello? 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 So I think there is some signal issues, network challenges that Mandar is facing. Mandar? Okay. He's going to join again. So let's wait for him to join again. And everybody, you all watched how he has a solution for this urban mobility issue. And for sure, जो लोग ऑफिस जाते हैं या जो लोग कॉलेजेस जाते हैं उन लोगों के लिए बहुत अच्छा सलूशन है. एंड हम लोगों को, अगर आप में से कोई भी लोग हैं जो लोग फोल्डिंग बाइसिकल यूज़ करना चाहते हैं, सो डेफिनेटली आप लोगों को एक देखना चाहिए, बिकॉज these are the options that are very popular in the US and यूरोपियन कंट्रीज़. वहाँ पर लोग बहुत साइकिल लेकर बाहर जाते हैं, उनके कार के पीछे हमेशा बाइक रैक्स लगे होते हैं, सो दे आर ऑलवेज हाइकिंग, बाइकिंग एक्सेट्रा. इंडिया में ये अभी ट्रेंड आ रहा है. सो एंड वी डू हैव अ वेरी गुड एंड सॉलिड नेटवर्क ऑफ साइकिलिस्ट्स जो कि साइकिल से जाते हैं एक जगह से दूसरी जगह. तो हमें वो इज बैक. सो हमें उस ट्रेंड को आगे बढ़ाना चाहिए. और इट्स अ वेरी गुड वे ऑफ एक्सरसाइजिंग डेफिनेटली एंड मूविंग. सो लाइक ही says change the way you move, change the way you buy things, and whenever you buy things there must be some factors like sustainability, how much carbon footprint you're creating, what kind of pollution are you creating. ये सारी चीज़ें आपको फोकस करना है. Yes, Mandar, glad you're back. Are you able to hear?
Yeah, sorry.
No problem.
Yes, very much.
ठीक है. सो आप बता रहे थे कि what is the next plan? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely, that's an advantage. Yes. stationary bike with the washing machine attached to it can also be a very good solution for these communities जहाँ पर they don't they wash clothes बाहर they have very little facilities पानी की भी कमी है and all these underprivileged communities. So is there any plan to promote this product there?
Yes, of course. In fact, what I am trying to do is I am trying to, make this product at a very cheap price. I am trying to, get this product available to, normal.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It can be a community for community. That's we
Yes.
we do want to promote such no problem. we do want to we do want to promote such products जहाँ पे हर कोई individually नहीं ले रहा है क्योंकि ये community के लिए बहुत अच्छे products हैं और in fact हमें तो
Yes.
individual purchasing की जगह अब community purchasing में आना है. Hi, welcome.
बराबर. Delisha, wait. Just come from a garden.
So
Yes. So, like for example, if you have a chawl system or something where people are living in, so there you can have one machine installed, and many people can use to like you have what you say like common
yes.
toilet or common. So same thing, this can be a common thing which can be used by many people together because it doesn't require anything like you have to just go over there. If either you can put the water yourself or you can connect it to a tap, and then you can put your washing powder and then just start peddling. It doesn't have any other expense.
So how long does one cycle of washing clothes उसमें कितने कपड़े आते हैं और कितने धो सकते हैं कितने टाइम में धो सकते हैं
Yeah, so basically it all depends upon the number of clothes that you are putting into the washing machine. So generally it can take, now whatever tank I have made is similar to what we have at our home. Like the dimensions are more or less same to a washing machine. So it can take around, total it can take around 7 kg of dry clothes. Okay. But if you are only washing around 3 or 4 clothes or maybe 6 clothes, then on the washing machine tank itself there is a chart which will indicate you that if you are putting 4 quantity, then how much time you have to pedal.
That's good.
And apart from this, there is also one mechanical timer which is attached on the handle. So whatever time that you set, accordingly it will ring, and that much time you have to set.
And I'm thinking जो लोग वहाँ पे अपने आप डाल सकते हैं पानी बिकॉज नल नहीं रहता है सो बकेट से खुद भी पानी डाल सकते
Yes.
हैं सो हाउ
Yes.
यू प्रमोटिंग बिकॉज हम लोग वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट की बात करते हैं हमेशा माई वेस्ट माई रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी में और वेडनेसडेज फॉर वेस्ट वॉरियर्स में सो हाउ अबाउट कि हम वॉशिंग पाउडर की जगह हम बोलें कि आप बायो एंजाइम बेस्ड नेचुरल क्लीनिंग लिक्विड लो तो फिर जो पानी बाहर जा रहा है इट डजंट द केमिकल डजंट
use and this can be
Yes, so
promoted.
हमें वो टाइप करके promote करना चाहिए.
Sure, 100%. So basically, if we put clean, if we get clean, then it's a really highly sustainable. So yes, and these are habits. These are just habits. The way we go and buy a washing powder, the same way once we form a habit to form such kind of this thing enzymes. Once that habit is formed, it can be easily done.
because we are also trying to help those communities जिनके पास इतना सारा जो छिलके और ये सब है कि हम उन्हीं लोगों को बायो एंजाइम्स बनाना सिखाएं ताकि वो लोग डिपेंडेंट ना रहे कि उनको भी तो छोटी छोटी क्वांटिटी में लाना पड़ता है दैट पाउच और ये सब का जो वेस्ट वो लोग जनरेट करते हैं इट्स जस्ट अननेसेसरी इफ हम उन्हें एम्पावर कर दें ये सिखा के कि आप देखो ये बना लो इससे आप अपने बर्तन भी धो सकते हो कपड़े भी धो सकते हो बाल भी धो सकते हो सब कुछ धो सकते हो और जब वो नीचे जाएगा जमीन में तो वो पानी को पल्लू भी नहीं करेगा सो इट्स अ विन विन सिचुएशन फॉर एवरीवन
Yes, yes. This actually, this can be, taken ahead. This is a very nice.
we will
With,
tie up on
and
that we will how
sure.
how to do waste management through this innovation लोग कैसे tie up कर सकते हैं
100%. And the students will get, because I am more focused on student, because student is our future. If they get a habit of doing all these things, they get a habit of creating less waste, then it is for their future only. And once we start this with maybe students, not only students, school going children as well, where they can also wash their own clothes.
Yeah, it's like impressionable age and हम लोग आजकल इंडिपेंडेंस की बात करते हैं so it's not a big deal आप साइकिल चला रहे हो बाहर जाओ साइकिल चलाने उसके बदले में आप एक सेफ जगह पे साइकिल चलाओ so yeah that can be promoted we'll talk about it more and
Yes.
make some plans for that but हमें बहुत अच्छा लगा
Sure,
हमारे
sure.
products को देखकर और उनके बारे में how you are addressing problems for air pollution, water, as well as making our youth and communities healthy. So, what is the message you have for all these people who joined to listen to you about innovation or about doing something what they want to do? Because usually ऐसी foldable cycle हम सिर्फ विदेशों में देखते हैं. इंडिया में इसका इतना चलन नहीं है तो आपको ये कैसे लगा कि आप फोल्डेबल साइकिल बनाएं
Basically, this kind of products can first of all, the very big thing is they can save us. If we, there is country like Netherlands. In thousands, the bicycle population is 1,200. Okay, and there is country like there are other countries as well, but in that list we are in a very down road. Out of 100, out of 1,000, the number in India is only 72. So it is we are how much we can use them and how much we can save us, because these are going to be very very essential products for every one of us. Looking at pollution, the climate change, the water, the changing things. So my message to students, whatever engineering, non-engineering, try to develop simple things. And whenever there are also students under my guidance, whenever they make projects, I always tell them that try to make sustainable things.
Yes.
Whatever you are making, try to make them sustainable. Make sure that it doesn't harm the environment.
That's the only way forward. सस्टेनेबल के अलावा अब कुछ और चीज़ हो ही नहीं सकती, बिकॉज हम बहुत रेड अलर्ट वाले सिचुएशन में पहुंच चुके हैं. Unless and until we live a sustainable life, we stop this wasteful habits. उस दिन मैं थोड़ी देर पहले सोच रही थी कि अगर मुझे वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट के बारे में बात करते हैं और अगर हम बोलते हैं स्टॉप योर वेस्टफुल हैबिट्स, तो उसका ऑपोजिट क्या होना चाहिए? सो वेस्टफुल का ऑपोजिट सस्टेनेबल ही है. It is like a natural thing कि हम बोलते हैं behavior change. So वो behavior change has to become from wasteful to sustainable. So आप कोई चीज़ को चुन रहे हो तो आपको 10 बार चीज़ें खरीदने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ रही, आप एनर्जी भी सेव कर रहे हो. So this is the time when we have to innovate that design thinking. The concept of design thinking जब हम स्कूल में सिखाते हैं आजकल या कॉलेजेस में सिखाते हैं, तो it's not just a word or a concept. This is how, like what you did, हम design thinking को practical implementation कर रहे हैं. I really appreciate and I'm really proud of you कि आपने जो ये सब sustainable products बनाए हैं. And हमारे जो participants हैं, if you have any questions, guys, please feel free to type. Mandar, do you want to put your website in the comments so that they can visit?
Yeah.
So that people
You
can visit your
can
website?
join my Instagram page.
Yeah, you can also. So it's good to have these conversations with eco warriors, eco saviors, क्योंकि हमको ऐसे बहुत सारे लोगों की ज़रूरत है. And if they want to
Yes, we need a lot of people.
go and ask any question, they will contact you. Ishan says, good luck, Mandar. And we also wish you very, very successful. Okay. Satish Jain ji says, remove the word waste from your dictionary. It's source converted into resource. Absolutely.
Yes,
It cannot. We shall only use the word resource. ठीक है. So हम अपने resources को ज़ाया नहीं करेंगे. And thank you Mandar for innovating and हम सबके साथ share करने के लिए. And जब भी आपके programs अगर कोई city में होंगे, we have people from our group in over 25 cities. So अगर आप कभी भी जाएंगे कहीं पर तो आप ज़रूर हमें मैसेज करिएगा tagging us, and they would love to join you and be part of the program. And we will also figure out something and organize a program in Pune so that हम ज़्यादातर लोगों को bioenzymes के साथ में that a product that comes with a yes. Satish Jain ji is the bioenzyme reserve bank, and he's inviting you to Raipur in Chhattisgarh. So he's also doing an amazing thing. He has made so many drums full of bioenzymes, and he just gives them away free of cost. Just logistics के लिए आपको pay करना है, because एक जगह से दूसरी जगह courier करना is an expensive thing. But as he always tells people कि आप वो bioenzymes use कर सकते हैं, मंगा सकते हैं. So he is really a legend in that, and bioenzymes के king of bioenzymes, let's say, or bioenzyme man of India, we can say. So one of these days हम उनको भी invite करेंगे और उनके साथ बात करेंगे और बहुत कुछ सीखेंगे. But for your washing machine and cycle वाला thing, we should definitely promote it along with bioenzymes, because हम
Yes,
शुरुआत से
sure,
जो
no worries.
habit अगर बोल रहे हैं, habit बनाने की बात कर
That's in fact, a very good. It's a compliment with the product. We can 100% do this.
Advertising and marketing background. So ठीक है पक्का करेंगे and thank you everyone for joining and
Thank
take
you.
care on that.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
Yes,
everyone.
take care. Bye. Good night. Bye everyone.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank
Good night. Thank you. Thank you so
you
much.
again for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Bye.
Take care.